Experience everything the free iHeartRadio app has to offer with a 1-year subscription to iHeartRadio All Access. Head to iHeartRadioAccessDay.com to register to receive reminders for when all of the deals and experiences go live on June 1st.
This is The Buzzard.
From the Barrio Tacos Tequila and Whiskey Studios.
It's time to give stuff away. Alan Cox, baby, giving stuff away. Give stuff away.
Hey, I want to go see Paramore from Franklin, Tennessee. Special guest block party. The show is going to happen over at the Romo Fijo just a couple of weeks away, Sunday, June 4th. RocketMortgageFieldhouse.com. We'll have the details for you. But if you want to go and haven't gotten hooked up yet, you can rectify that right now. Car 10, 2 for Paramore and block party. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Some things are too good to be true. This thing is too true to be good.
The Alan Cox Show.
True that.
On 100.7.
Solo thing, then. I don't think they expected that. So I think there was an extended hiatus there with that band, but now they're back for the attack, baby. And ready to do it up. Hey, if you listen to us on iHeartRadio from outside of Ohio, you listen on the app because that's the only way that you can enjoy this pablum. Hey, thanks for doing that. Jerry listens in St. Petersburg, Florida. Brent's in Leavenworth, Kansas. Christina is in Vegas. Be out there in July. Debbie listens in Carlsbad, California. Kenny's in Fremont, Indiana. And Ray is in Vancouver. He's one of our Canadian bureau chiefs. We have him in Toronto. I think he might be the only one in Vancouver. We have him in London, Ontario. I was reading a story about a woman who is in a lot of trouble. This is a woman in Vancouver who keyed 400 cars at 2 dealerships. Just so much random chaos.
Deny my credit.
That people can create. The Mounties are looking for a woman who seems to have a real problem with a couple of car dealerships in the greater Vancouver area. She's the main suspect in mass keying incidents. You know, there's cameras all over a car lot, by the way, but it didn't stop her from scratching about 400 vehicles.
Ooh.
They said she did about $370,000 worth of damage. It's about $500,000 Canadian, so I'm converting it to American for you. But, boy, imagine that. You ever seen someone key a car, or have you ever keyed a car?
No.
I haven't either.
No,
I've
seen people do it. There's one of my ex-wife's friends, like, someone parked too close to her, and I saw her just, like, start, like, keying someone's car. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, dude, they park like an a-hole. I'm like, yeah, but why are you one-upping and being an even bigger a-hole? That's not how
inflicting physical damage on their property.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's wild. They say that this is a Canadian woman who looks to be between 40 and 50. She's wearing a hat and a mask. Well, I guess they're still looking for her. I was thinking they grabbed her. Well, listen, I guess she was smart about it. How can you tell how old she is if she's wearing a hat and a mask? I mean, maybe she had a Karen haircut or something like that. We're looking for a Karen. She was out here keying cars, eh? She's going to have a hard time once we get our grubby mitts on her. 2 Jeep Dodge Ram dealerships that were less than a mile from each other. Just goes out. See, that's why they need to bring back attack dogs. Like you watch a cartoon, there was always an attack dog. Or like a movie where somebody was trying to break into a scrap yard, or, you know, the original Fletch movie where he's trying to get into that realtor's office. And there's those dogs. I feel like attack dogs have become a thing of the past. You male people out there on the route might disagree with that, but there it is. They're looking for that woman. And maybe Ray, our single Vancouver bureau chief, could keep us in the loop on that. You can always leave us messages, by the way, on the iHeartRadio app. If you listen there, you don't have to call. You can leave talkback messages if you like.
my school did a blood drive every once in a while, maybe about 50 chairs or something at a time in the auditorium. And there's this one kid sitting there, a little nervous, looking around, and he notices one of the other students, and in this quiet auditorium goes, "It's leaking." And this little blood bag had sprung a leak, and it burst. Blood everywhere. Of course, the kid passed out when he saw that. But, yeah. Fun story.
Yeah, blood bag burst.
Oh, dude, that makes
Blood
me feel
everywhere.
so queasy, man.
Oh, it's like Carrie on prom night. That's exciting. In Cleveland, Ohio, people are taking notice of the comments made by one, make sure I get this right, LeBron James, that after getting swept by the Denver Nuggets, yikes, that he might retire. This feels like a play for something. I don't know what. But, there are cases to be made for either side. I mean, he's been in there for a long time playing. But I thought he wanted to play with his kid. I figured he was hanging out to play with his kid. And you can't predict what a guy's going to do. But it's definitely got people abuzz. Can I use that word? Abuzz?
Sure.
It has people abuzz.
Well, it's crazy that the Nuggets swept this team, are going to the finals for the first time, and no one is talking about that. Like, Nikola Jokic is setting records for the most triple doubles ever. Like, all these crazy things, and all they're just like, well, what's LeBron going to do?
Right.
Like, which I
It's
get because
overshadowed
LeBron
what-
is a mega star, but I mean, you still got to talk about what the Nuggets are doing because they're doing amazing things. And yeah, we'll see what LeBron does next year. But can we talk about the guys winning the games?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, let's talk about the winners that are setting records and
the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets used to be in the ABA. They were one of the first teams in the American
They
Basketball
were never
Association.
in ABBA.
That's ABBA, Bill. The Dancing Queen people? Well, I think one of them just died, so you can check that reunion off your to-do list. But no, the Denver Nuggets are the last ABA team to make the NBA Finals. They were the Denver Rockets back in the late 60s. And I was also reading that between the NBA and the NHL, it's never happened before. There are multiple potential sweeps happening right now because the Heat are getting ready to sweep the Celtics. They're up 3-0. In the NHL Conference Finals, the Panthers are up 3-0 on Carolina. Vegas is up 2-0 on Dallas. So they're like every series is on the brink of a sweep. And it's pretty wild.
Why?
If you're a fan of basketball. Just working out that way.
Oh. I didn't know if it was like particularly uneven matchups.
I don't
this
think
round
so.
or
No,
something?
I think once you get to the end there, you're all good teams.
Yeah.
Nobody's stumbling into the playoffs, I don't think. But, boy, the Denver Nuggets, what a terrible week for Carmelo Anthony to retire. He could be playing in the NBA Finals, Bill. This guy didn't see this coming?
Well,
Oh,
he hasn't
man.
played for the Denver Nuggets in 12 years.
I don't know what you're talking about,
Something
but
like that.
this guy, man, he sees what's coming down the pipe and he goes, no, I'm done. I'm going to retire. Oh, timing's everything, really. So who knows what LeBron will do. But you're right. Give the winning teams their due. Not the guys who get swept.
Right.
LeBron, they didn't win one game? I wasn't even paying that close attention to it until I saw Lakers get swept. LeBron may be retiring. I think he retires for a year, and then he goes to the Warriors. And then he comes back here to retire as a Cavalier. That's what I think happens.
No, because he's trying to go wherever his son goes. So he's going to – I think what's going to happen is he's not going to play next year. He's going to take a year off, watch his son in college, see where he ends up, if he makes it to the league, and then sign with that team. Like, let his body just recuperate.
Couldn't he
But
just
the
say
he should go play with the Nuggets.
Couldn't he just say, hey, like any team, we're a package deal, sign us both.
Well, he's got to – because his son's going into the draft. So his
But
son –
he doesn't have any
his son
say
doesn't
over
get-
that?
No. That's what a draft is.
Well, I know
No,
what a
he
draft
can't.
is, but I didn't know if you could make like back end deals or something.
No, that's very illegal.
I don't know.
Now you
I
do.
feel like illegal
But
things
you
happen
can't
in
do it.
sports.
But you know, well, it's called tampering. But if you draft Bronny, you know you're gonna get
LeBron.
Bron. Like that's,
Okay, but then they're both going to go to a horrible team? Like, doesn't the worst team get the first pick?
Well, he's not going to be a number one. We don't know.
We don't know what pick he's going to be.
Yeah.
So it's like
Don't know how good he is, right?
Because there's the rule after LeBron where you do have to play 1 year of college, right?
Yeah.
And he was the reason for that.
It was more because there was a lot of guys after LeBron that were coming out straight from high school that were kind of bust, and they're like, we need these guys to develop a little longer. So it wasn't LeBron that caused that rule. It was the people that thought they were going to be LeBron that caused that rule.
Got it.
But, I mean, it'll be, I think, he takes a year off and then sees where Bronny's playing, plays a year with him, and just kind of, isn't as worried about getting that championship as much as he is just, like, having that year to play with his son.
Yeah. Are they going to be the first father-son duo?
I think in the NBA, because Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. played together in baseball.
No, the NBA, the first was Larry and Jimmy Bird.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Jimmy Bird.
Hey, Bill, by any chance, do you have any hot celebrity gossip?
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Oh, thank God.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
What up, guys? Guzzlers. All right, let's start things off with Prince Harry. Apparently, Prince Harry has a little private apartment. Reports are that Prince Harry has a room at the San Vicente bungalows. The private resort doesn't allow photography and discourages guests from interacting with each other in common areas. And according to inside sources, Prince Harry said, I don't have a fabulous luxury private apartment that would allow me to hide from my dumb wife and stupid kid, and can't understand why anyone would want a place where they can just have peace and quiet. So, no, he doesn't have one. Who else are we talking about? Taylor Swift. She's dating the lead singer of the band The 1975, Maddie Healy. And according to inside sources, many of her fans, known as Swifties, I thought they were called Tailies, but they're called Swifties, don't think Healy is the right man for Taylor, and she should actually take a break from men for a while and hang out with them in their apartment with their roommate and 3 cats. She'd have so much fun and be best friends with them because they relate so strongly to her songs, and they just know that if they would hang out with Taylor Swift for just a few hours, they'd be best friends.
It's a good plan.
And then finally, Kim Kardashian is struggling as a single parent. Kim admitted it's hard keeping up with her 4 children because sometimes she has to do things like brush their hair or put on shoes. I know, it's a lot. According to inside sources, Kim's nanny, chef, housekeeper, driver, stylist, personal assistant, groundskeeper, house manager, security guards, tutors, and financial planners agreed 4 children's a lot to handle by yourself. And that's all.
Oh, man.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
You know what they say, being Kim Kardashian is the hardest job in the world.
It is the hardest job in the world. It's harder
Not
than
easy
being a
for-
mom.
Yeah.
It's harder than being a single mom.
Not easy for her to do.
I have a question.
Lay it
No.
on me.
Do you think even if Harry and Meghan are unhappy, they would ever divorce?
I
Sure.
don't care.
I don't. Well, that's not.
I second that, but that's not what he
that
asked.
wasn't the question.
I don't
yeah.
think so. They've
No.
lost too much.
I was gonna say, out of spite, they would stay together.
No, they'll get divorced. What? They
She's
don't
an
care.
American woman. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like,
but
I'm
then
out of here.
Harry's like out.
Like
Who
he
cares?
literally lost
Yeah,
his
he lost
family,
everything.
Yeah,
his
but that's when he
title.
becomes he releases his hip hop album and gets to be the guy he always wanted to be.
Hip hop album.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they're in
or
it for the
become-
long haul. I don't think they'll ever get divorced
I agree.
And what makes you think that?
because the public pressure, the scrutiny around, they have suffered so much, and Meghan would take the hit of that. They'd be like,
What-
"Oh, see,
what's
What have they
Suffering.
suffered? You mean suffered like Kim Kardashian having to look over 4 kids suffering? or?
Publicly, like being shamed.
They're so rich, right?
But they're being ridiculed.
They're so rich?
I thought they weren't rich anymore. I thought they had all their money taken away.
They have
were
money.
cut off.
No,
from
they were cut off from the royal money, but everybody over here had their tongues up their keisters.
Yeah, they made
so they
money
were like,
through
"Oh,
Netflix."
let's give you money for a podcast no one listens to," and you know that was probably this company, by the way.
Diana left him money as well.
There you go.
So he's got money, and they're being ridiculed, but like the ridicule isn't like real ridicule. It's like the stupid
And they've
gossip.
both been in the public eye for a long time. Now they're just together. Now they actually have support from each other.
No one was
What's
talking
the
about Meghan Markle before she.
But she
got
was
with
an
Harry.
actress. She was on a show people watched. I
Right,
mean,
she was on like Suits or whatever.
she was on Suits.
Yeah.
She wasn't Julia Roberts, but people knew who she was. I think people had to Google her, but I
And
mean,
again,
she was a public actress. I mean,
And being in a relationship that makes you unhappy is so worth getting ridiculed by the public. Like if you can get out of it and be happier, you're gonna be like, yeah, it's all right.
I would say Meghan would probably think about leaving, but not Harry. He would just
no,
be like,
look at him and look at her. Why would he ever leave her?
And also,
if he was unhappy.
if he's unhappy, whatever, like he'll be whatever.
Guys can put up with a lot.
And whatever he gave up, if he went, I want back in, they'll be like, okay, it's all pretend anyway.
Right.
So we can just let you back.
Yeah, all is forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I think
You know, we got
to
to do some sort of weird shadow ceremony, but we'll get you back in.
Right.
There's just certain people you can't see ever getting divorced because it would like shatter.
I can see anyone getting divorced.
Of course.
I couldn't see.
It's very popular.
I couldn't see Barack and Michelle getting divorced. Like
Absolutely.
that would shatter people's dreams, like people's fantasies. Even if they were unhappy, even if they didn't want to be together, like I think they would stay together for public appearances, like Bill and Hillary, and just like date other people.
Well, Bill and Hillary are in love. They're not just putting up. Bill and
show.
Hillary are like that's true love. That's
Theirs
not
is
like
a love
Barack
that-
and
right.
Michelle.
That's
Barack
not
and Michelle.
real.
That's them just doing it for appearances. So like, is it even a divorce if you didn't really love the person?
That's all stagecraft.
yeah.
Bill and Hillary, they've got a bond that
Hillary,
can never
please.
be. Yes, I'm sorry.
That's
They
why
can
they're-
never be broken.
No one would date after Bill Clinton. No one would marry after Bill Clinton.
What do you mean?
What?
No one
Like-
would marry after Bill Clinton?
Like,
What do those
after-
words mean?
I'm saying if Hillary was to divorce, I'm saying years ago after this scandal happened, no one would marry Hillary.
Yes,
after.
they would have.
Oh, okay.
You know somebody married JFK's wife, right?
And also, Putin's wife got remarried. Okay, yeah, I take that back.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, but I just find that weird because it's like, who do you move on from?
I don't know. The next person.
There's always a next person.
Jeff Bezos' wife got remarried.
Jeff Bezos
And
got engaged.
re-divorced.
Yeah. Like,
Mackenzie Scott married a high school teacher because she's like, I need the exact opposite of my billionaire husband,
Right.
which is every other person.
$30,000 a year.
Right. She
High school
marries this
teacher.
dude because she seems pretty legit. Like she, is a sweet person. And they married, I think, during the pandemic. And they're already divorced.
Yeah. There's,
Lord knows what kind of settlement that guy got, if anything. I don't know. But Bezos and this girl, they both look like action figures. But I hope there's a prenup this time because there was no prenup last time.
Barack and Michelle are too much of role models, like to get divorced. I just can't see them getting.
never say never.
I just
They
can't
could
see
have
it.
anything. Anybody could.
Anybody could,
Anybody could.
but it would be a real bummer if they did.
It would.
I'm with you
I'm
on that.
I'm like, there's no hope for any of us. Barack and Michelle.
So other people's relationship give you hope?
Yeah.
He thinks, Poundcake
There's
thinks,
inspirational.
Poundcake
couples.
legitimately thinks, hey, if the former president of the United States and the former first lady can't keep it together, what hope
is
do
there
I
for the rest
have?
of us. Yeah.
Right.
You
I
know, because
mean-
they have the same issues, same day-to-day problems, same money struggles.
Well, listen,
They're supposed to be the moral compass, Mary.
the
I don't say anything about moral compasses.
right.
Why would she be the moral compass and not me?
Why would you be any kind of a compass?
Because at least I know which direction north is.
I do too.
Because he's
from
always
this
pointing
stadium.
north.
From this stadium?
From this seat in this stadium that we're now broadcasting.
You don't even know what we're in.
Don't worry about me.
Well, we weren't before that.
Do you want to go get pizza?
I don't need pizza, Bill. If you want pizza, go eat pizza.
I'm going to after the show.
Then
but
go.
I was going to see if you wanted to go before the
I
end
just
of
had
the
it
show.
yesterday.
I thought you might want it again.
Stop. I'm not trying to be 900 pounds.
He's trying to be a
We're
bad
walking
influence
there.
on you.
It doesn't. It's 8 steps away.
We're walking through the building and then all the way
Yeah.
back. You'll get a good 100 steps.
I brought my turkey sandwich and my nasty yogurt. All right, just let me try to be healthy.
Your coconut yogurt and
Yeah.
your turkey sandwich. I'm going to take a break here. Guardians baseball tonight, 6:10. So we'll get you right into that a little bit later on. If you want to send a text for anything, 35192. You can listen anywhere you are on the iHeartRadio app.
Rover's Morning Glory.
I read somewhere that when you do see